Hello and welcome to New Filmmakers Los Angeles in partnership with Movie Maker magazine. My name is Danny DeLillo and we're here at the South Park Center and I'm here with Mary with her movie Fran this summer. Let's take a look at the clip.
You think it's actually working?
Let me see. Barely any. Does that make me a lesbian then?
I don't know.
Mary, thank you for being here today. Thank you so much for sharing your film with us. I really loved it, but there's people that haven't seen it, so tell us a brief synopsis.
Sure. The film follows Fran and Angie and their teens, first love sort of thing, and Fran wishing to transition and kind of going about it in this naive way, but it's really about first love, in my opinion, and acceptance.
It's so beautiful, you know, like even from the first moments I was just like, you know, captivated, just the scene, you know, in the bathroom and just, it already I was kind of just I was there with them, you know, and this beautiful evolving of a story of these two people obviously are very close together.
Right.
It was just lovely to see. Where did the inspiration come for you in creating this story?
So I've been writing a feature, so this is my NYU thesis, and I had been writing this feature with Fran as my main character. And it was sort of this idea of, so I'll pitch the feature, I guess.
Yeah, please do, yeah.
Which is Fran is this genderqueer, non-binary YouTuber influencer living their best life in New York, and they have to go back to their hometown to take care of their ailing father. And back home is the one that got away, which is the girl. And so thinking about that story, I wanted to, like I asked, what can we do? What happened before? What was the relationship before? And so this is a moment in time before Fran has become like a self-actualized person in the future. So that was my question. I mean, for myself was, who are these two friends and lovers, and how much is too much in a way? Which is kind of the question as well in that film.
But it was beautiful because it was just okay in them finding themselves, discovering themselves, you know, as you go through. But it's so beautiful that they found each other to just accept each other on that journey. And that was just so powerful and almost gave me hope for the next generation that hopefully that's how we're all gonna be. And that was so wonderful to watch. You had a great cast and I just love watching just their reactions to each other as in their characters. How do you come up bringing your cast together, Mary?
Well, it was very complicated in this way that it was this whole thing. I tried, you know, backstage and all that stuff in New York and really not meeting anybody. And my goal was, it was really imperative to work with somebody that was trans and non-binary. And so that was a bit of a struggle. And then I was out, it was Gay Pride, and we went to this gay bar in Brooklyn, and Zenobia was performing and performed Beyonce's Grown Woman.
Amazing.
And she was incredible in it. And I was floored, and she's just completely gorgeous, and I knew she could be Fran, and she was down, so.
And isn't that amazing how that happened? So thank you, Gay Pride, and thank you to that bar in Brooklyn.
Thank you, Gay Pride.
That's the new way of casting.
I mean, and Emily as well, she was kind of, she casted my friend, and I were both at this skate park, and I didn't meet Emily that day, but my friend did, and casted her in a music video. And then I saw the video, and she was incredible in it, and then had them read together, and they were perfect. Yeah, there was just an instant chemistry between them.
Yeah, you can really feel that. Like, it feels like they've been friends for a long time. So that was wonderful. What was their reaction then? Just sort of saying, "Hey, do you want to be in my film?"
I mean, I think they were delighted. I know that it was this whole thing, like sending, you know, sharing the script, having meetings and coffee, and even rehearsals. You know, kind of to get them closer and get them comfortable, because they're both they both had never acted before.
I just can't believe that, because I'm like, it just felt so real to watch it. So they did a great job. Now I love this kind of like almost like, it was very like dreamlike atmosphere, you know. It was kind of like I was just like there, you know, just kind of experienced their world. And it didn't really matter what was around, it's just what was going on between them both. What kind of like, in terms of like where you were filming, how you were filming, because you had obviously a few different places where you filmed, what was that experience like, bringing that all together?
Sure, like just where we were.
Yeah, location-wise, and creating this world that they were in.
I think it was really important, like heat has always been this big thing for me, and making sure that we felt how hot it was and how trapped Fran has become in this house, because they really don't want to go out to the beach. And so it was really important to then kind of get a sense of how it feels to have like sweat and heat and just, you know, kind of boiling over to the beach eventually.
I love how you did that, because actually watching it, I felt almost trapped in what they were going through, even like myself, because you could kind of feel their energy just in there together. And then when they go out to the beach, it's like
it's a breath of fresh air.
A breath of fresh air, and like a breakthrough with them as well, which was wonderful to watch. What was your biggest challenge you had in making the project?
I mean, I think it's always casting and writing. I mean, I had written so many versions of this, of Fran this summer, that it's just nice to finally make it, you know. But yeah, it's always hard writing. It's kind of like an illness sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
You're like self-inflicted.
It's a self-inflicted illness that we keep on doing, right?
Yeah, because it's kind of like how you have to, in a way.
Yeah, and I love that you just made this story. I just think it was nice how you just made this feel so normal and so real.
Thank you.
What did you really want your audience to kind of get from this? Like when you were writing it, what did you want them to kind of take from it?
I mean, it was really important I always want, whenever I'm making anything, I always want to leave whoever's watching with a feeling. So that's important. And my feeling that I was thinking of was like this pang of, you know, pain when you're just love somebody so much, but, you know, don't really know what's going to happen. And so that was kind of the inspiration for like, what do I want to do? And and that's kind of how we got to it. So the different, you know, with editing and all of that, it was just trying to condense it, because there was a lot more. There was some stuff that I took out that kind of made the film drag, and this is more, it's a short, so it has to be concise in a way. So yeah, that was it.
Was it not? I'm also very thankful, because I know you live on the East Coast, but you're filming over here right now. You're very busy. So thank you so much for being here at New Filmmakers LA. What was it like to have your film at the festival last night, and you got such a great reaction? What was that experience like for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's always good. I've screened in lots of places, and it's always fun to hear people's reaction. And I think this is the most, over one night where lots of people came up and just were telling me how thrilled they were about the film, which is always weird for me, because I'm like, cool, but then I'm like, that's amazing. Like, I'm super happy and super shy, so I'm like, great.
Oh,
like,
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. And so obviously, what is next for you?
Right.
Because you mentioned briefly about the feature, but what's next?
So I have this feature that I'm developing, and hopefully I get to make in a year or two, who knows? And then I'm directing 2 shorts.
Yeah, you were so busy. Mary, I'm loving it. I love you got these different things going on, and you've achieved so much. I can't believe that was your thesis film as well. I mean, it's like, I feel like you've been doing this 20 years or something. But what, I mean, there's obviously so many filmmakers that just want to go out there and do it and just make and create something. What have you learned in your career thus far that you kind of go by that you could offer to any filmmakers out there?
I mean, work with people you trust, and that you have like for me, it's really important to work with, especially DPs and producers, to work with them closely, but also that they have like this kind of ride or die attitude with you, because that's kind of how you can only make a film, because there's so many things that can go wrong.
Yeah.
And as long as no one's yelling or anything, I mean, that happens, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that was really important for me, because I, especially, you know, previously like working with other people and all this stuff, it's like, okay, I had some like experiences where it was like, yeah, it's really important that I work with people that I like and I trust, and that I don't know, just like good vibes.
Ride or die. Yeah,
it's just like energy is really important. So.
It is, because without that you haven't got a film. You know?
Yeah, I mean, you can make a film,
but it's more difficult.
But it's just like slugging through mud.
Yeah.
Then, which is all. It's filmmaking is already kind of doing that. So
and that's
why give yourself.
That's why people end up working together over and over again on projects, because you find a really good team. So you know, it's where it works. Well, I think that's very important advice. But honestly, I love this film so much. I can't wait to see the extended version and much more of your stuff. So please keep bringing it back to us. But thank you for this one. Thank you for finding this.
Thanks
Thank
so
you,
much,
Mary.
Danny.
Oh,
Thanks.
Mary, buddy. Thank you very much.